About a week ago, my friend and I got to playtest Japanime's newest game, Oshi Push, a VTuber card game that's easy to learn yet very hard to master. Me and Lumi had a ton of fun learning about the card game and had a pretty good 1 hour interview with Akiko Otaku, the VTuber mascot for Japanime Games itself. So, since I got the privilege of playing this game and getting to watch others play this game as well, I'll be reviewing everything in this game so far, going over the gameplay, design, and confirmed products that are going to be released when the game launches. See if this game is the right game for you. Then, if you want to get this game after all I have to say, I'll tell you steps to getting the cards and the merch when the game comes out. This is my review on Oshi Push. This game will remind you about games like Marvel Snap and Disney's Arcana. Basically, you have an Oshi, and you can move from 1 to 3 fields each turn, and add content cards on your sides to it. Essentially, where you put the Oshi card, passing each time you put one down, until both players just pass and go into a bit of a combat phase called the platform phase. They either go left to right or right to left, activating their action cards, which is similar to instances or quick play spells, and effects to win in your areas. Get a specified amount of wins and you gain that field, and a number of followers attributed to it. Get to 1 million followers and you win the game. Sounds like a lot at first, but I can tell you after you play, it's not that hard to pick up. Which is insanely important for a VTuber climate. I mean, how many people do you think aren't playing Yu-Gi-Oh because the effects are very complicated? However, with the game mechanics and effects of the content, action, and VTuber cards, it allows for very in-depth gameplay and strategies. It can also lead to a very in-depth combo game if you build your deck just right. Field presence is the name of the game. After each round, your content cards stay out on the field, so building up your field and resources for big combos is the most optimal way to play this game, with the structure decks, at least. With the control decks coming to a full release, there's no way of knowing if that'll change the meta at all. Of course, I plan to stay on top of it all though. Smart deck building and awareness of the field and how class rewards can interact with your card abilities are what is going to help you win with your favorite Oshi, who can either be a red beatdown, a blue control deck, or a green buffing deck, depending on what content and what color your Oshi falls under. This game was designed by a team led by Justin Gray, creator of Ascension and Soulforge Fusion. So it shouldn't come as much of a surprise that overall, every design element is very slick, and the artwork that's been confirmed for the game looks really professional. The cards themselves are also very easy to read, with that and simple card effects that are about a sentence or two long, maybe with a condition as well as at the worst. It's a 10 out of 10 for a card design. And since the effect is right under the card art, they are prime for collecting as well. The only thing I'm not 100% a fan of is the fact that you have to really read the game rules to know what certain things do on the card. Instead of it kind of telling you what attack and defense means, you're going to have to figure out that the gold equals cost and the stars equals influence, which is essentially its attack. There's also a small library you're going to need to know. While this library also allows for the conditions to be shorter and not really a mouthful, there's the obvious double-edged sword of memorizing what each word means in the context of Oshi Push. As for the design of the gameplay itself, Oshi takes inspirations from games like Marvel Snap is an incredible idea. Keeping things very simple, keeping things fresh, and allows for you to learn even more about their play style when they send out their Oshis to their platform. And since unlike Marvel Snap, you can add your own platforms to your own deck, this lets you go even further with deck building, letting you have fields that are beneficial to your particular strategy. This also, almost certainly, is a going first style game, since when you go first, you get to control the field and the start of the flow of battle and content placement. However, going second has the advantage of being able to react to your opponent's plays. Not as useful since the turn order switches each time, but it's a good benefit nonetheless. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wow, you've already sold me, but how will I be able to sell my soul to the Oshi Overlord? Well, aren't you in luck? There are a few ways for you to get your Oshi Push products. Currently, there's going to be the Kickstarter, the Patreon, the conventions, and official stores. The things you can do right now after watching this video to start collecting Oshi Push cards is signing up for their Kickstarter and their Patreon. Currently, the Patreon is mostly there for an exclusive store. It's about $10 for US tier and $15 for an international tier, USD of course. This would get you access to their shop, which would allow them to be stocked filled with promo cards that I'm going to address in a minute. For now though, there's also a Kickstarter, which is coming out in about 3 weeks from this video's creation. According to Japanime Games itself, quote, anyone who follows the campaign will receive a free pre-debut pack sent with their order. The pack is filled with collectible versions of our cards, even one of 28 parallel versions, of which I am assuming is going to be alternate arts of certain Oshi cards as well as other cards in the deck. I'm also boasting a giveaway for the booster box as well for following. I'll be sure to add a link in the description for both of those so that you can help support the game and get a better chance at grabbing those exclusive cards. Next way for you to get some Oshi ASAP would be to go to conventions. Japanime Games will be going to multiple cons, and currently those confirmed cons are Anime Central at Roosevelt, Illinois from May 17th to May 19th, FanimeCon at San Jose, California from May 24th to May 27th, Anime North at Toronto, Canada from May 24th to May 26th, MomoCon in Atlanta, Georgia from May 24th to May 27th, Off-Kai at Burlingame, California from May 31st to June 2nd, UK Game Expo in Birmingham from May 31st to June 2nd, and Origin Game Fair in Columbus, Ohio from June 19th to June 23rd. Each of these conventions have a different promo card that'll be given in either gift bag to the front door or a specified Japanime booth at the convention. However, not to worry for those like me who can't go to all the conventions. Sorry, what was I saying? It's confirmed that at least 3 of the cards will be back in the Patreon store for Oshi Push fans to grab. The 4th and final area to confirm you having these cards would be in physical stores. Now, obviously, I'm not psychic, and I can't tell you where these cards exactly are going to be. But I can tell you the 2 products currently confirmed for Set 1. First, there's the starter decks. These decks are going to be decks that were used during our playtest, so if you saw those, you know exactly what to expect here. It would include either Pikin Pika or Tenma Miami. I apologize if I mispronounce these names, I don't know how to pronounce them. Pika in particular is great at spreading content around multiple platforms so that late game, you can perform powerful combos on multiple platforms and win the game with a carefully crafted OTK. Meanwhile, the Tenma deck is more focused on collecting cards and playing a lower amount of content cards so that the action cards can be played during the platform phase and overwhelm the opponent with very, very strong attacks on specific platforms at specific times. As for the second product, those are going to be booster packs. This is going to be where more content, action, platform, and Oshi cards will be. Remember that in each Oshi can only play their specified genre or color in their deck, which is going to limit you a bit, but I think you'll have plenty of super good cards to help you with your main deck and platform deck building in order to make your Oshi Push deck. So that's all the news I have on Oshi Push. Overall, a very solid game with a promising future, but I'd love to see what you have to say about it in the comments below. I'll make sure to put links to stuff like the Patreon, Kickstarter, Twitter, and the application to see if you can get your VTuber into Set 3, since Set 2 has a lot of indie VTubers in it already, in the description below. Please leave a like and subscribe for more content. And until then, if you want to hear more about upcoming VTuber card games, or see my playtest and or interview of Oshi Push, those videos will be on screen right now. Later, guys!